everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a little tutorial on this mauve makeup look. I'm using a couple of new palettes that I recently got and I wanted to try out with you guys and show you how they really apply on the face and everything. And this is what the final look came out to be. So if you're interested in seeing how I achieved this look, please keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is start off by prepping my face with my Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. It honestly just makes my face feel so much more hydrated and it's very cooling, so it feels so good in the summer. So I love using this before I put on any of my makeup or anything. And then after that dries for a second, I will put on my Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizer. Okay, so I'm going to be mixing two foundations today to get the right color for my skin color right now. I'm using the Ulta Beauty HD Soft Focus Liquid Foundation and then the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation. So I'm just going to mix them on my hand and then apply them both on my face. I've been really into applying my foundation with a brush lately, more so than the Beauty Blender, just because I feel like it just goes on like softer and more like natural with the brush because it's like buffed into my skin kind of. I don't even know if that makes sense, but yeah, I've really been like using a brush instead of the blender. But I've been really into mixing these two foundations because the Milani one is thicker than the HD one from Ulta, and so when you mix them together it kind of comes out to like this perfect consistency that doesn't feel like too cakey or packed onto your face, but it's not like super light that it's not going to give you any coverage. So I really like this combination together. Okay, so now once I have my foundation on, I like to go in with some concealer. So I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me concealers. They are my favorite, and I'm using them in two different colors. One for like blemishes to cover up to match the rest of my foundation color, and then a lighter one to go in for like under my eyes to conceal some dark circles. So we're going to start with the lighter one. I will say that these don't have like the best coverage ever, but in the summer I don't really like having that much stuff on my face, so they really do just do the job and what I want them to do in the summer. And plus I also don't tend to really have that many like really harsh blemishes or circles to cover up. Foundation normally tends to cover up as much as I need things to be covered up, so that's really, really nice. But yeah, I've heard people hate these concealers because they don't think that they have enough coverage, but for me, they work perfectly fine, especially in the summertime. Okay, to set my foundation and my concealer, I'm going to use my MAC Studio Fix Foundation Powder, and I like to start off with a little bit more dense brush to go in under my eyes and stuff to pack it in under there before I do the rest of my face. Okay, so then for my bronzer, I like to use my Fiona Styles Sculpting Palette, and I like to mix the end to the darkest and the middle shade together just because I feel like it comes out with the perfect color. And then I'll just blend it out with my big fluffy brush again to make all the lines and stuff go away. So then I have this really cool brush from BH Cosmetics that is actually meant to be like a nose contour brush. I don't know if you guys can see, but it has like two little prongs on it, so it's supposed to be able to like just go right up and down the nose and like make a perfect contour. And I've been experimenting with it a little bit more lately because it was kind of scary at first. So we're gonna try it today just because I'm feeling kind of adventurous. Alright, it's not too bad. It doesn't look horrible. It definitely needs to be blended out a little bit, so that's what we're doing now, but it really wasn't that bad. It actually fit like the right dimensions and everything on my face. Okay, so now we're going to apply some blush, and I decided I'm going to use my new Lorac palette for my cheeks today. I showed this in a recent unboxing video, so if you would like to see that, I will go ahead and link it up above so you guys can watch it. And I'm going to be using the shade, I might actually mix two. I'm going to do Caribbean and Lost Soul. We're going to mix the two together so it's like a mauve-y color and then more of a brown. We're going to mix them together and make blush out of that. I'm using my handy dandy Lisa Frank brush that I got in an Ipsy bag, and when I got it, I was like, this is the ugliest thing ever, and it looks so cheap, and why would I ever use it? But I honestly use it every single day and it's great. Wow, that is so pretty. Wow, I really like that color combination together. Alright, so let's blend it in a little bit more. I love that. Okay, so now we're going to go in with some highlighter. I'm using the same palette again, and I'm so excited to try out this Bold Spirit, like purpley mauve colored highlight, so we're going to use that one today. color and that highlight, that is so pretty. So pretty. Alright, so let's put a little bit on our nose. Actually, I think to do the nose, I'm going to use the Fortune one, so this really light, like white color, just to add like sparkle and not so much color on my nose. Alright, so there is the finished face look. Now we're going to move on to the eyes, and I'm just going to start off by priming my eyes like I always do with my Urban Decay Primer Potion. So I normally like to apply 2 coats of my liquid liner on the top of my lid, just because it sets as like a template that I can go over again so that I don't mess up after I do my eyeshadow. So I do my primer, then 1 coat of the eyeliner, and then my eyeshadow, and then I go over it again to make it darker again, since the eyeshadow tends to like lighten it up and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and with the first one, I'm using my Maybelline Masterpiece liquid liner, which is my favorite. Alright, so now that that is done, we're going to be using the Naked Heat palette today for our eyes. I also showed my first impression of this in that same unboxing haul from Ulta, so once again, go check it out. I'm loving the combination of these 2 palettes because they kind of have that like mauve-y theme going to them, so that's basically what this look is going to be, like pinky purple, like mauve color. Okay, so I think what I want to start off by doing is putting Chaser, this like second color here. It's a little bit browner than just white. We're going to put that all over the lid to start off with. Okay, so then we're going to add a little bit of Lumber. It's like a sparkly mauve color on the outer half of our eyes. So then I think for the crease, I'm going to mix Cayenne and Low Blow together. So I want to add a little bit of like this white color. It's called Ounce in the inner corners, just to kind of brighten everything up a little bit. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is take a little bit of a darker color. I think we're going to go with, no, we're going to go with the one on the, no, we're going to go with Ashes. Ashes is like a matte dark brown. We're going to go with that one, and we're going to put it on the outer corner of our eyes. Just a tiny, tiny little bit, just to make a little bit more depth in there. Okay, and then the last step is to just go in and blend it all out. So we're just going to take a little bit bigger brush and just blend any of those harsh lines. Alright, so then I'm going to go back in actually with the Lorac palette that we used to highlight, and I'm going to take that top white color, again, Fortune, and we're going to go ahead and highlight like the brow bone. Okay, so I always like to set my makeup with my setting spray before I do my brows, my mascara, and my eyeliner for the second time. So we're going to do that in 1 second, but I do want to add a little bit of something to the bottom lash line just to give it that like appearance of having the eyeliner on the bottom. So we're just going to take a brush and we're going to apply that same Ashes color, the one we used on the outer corner of our eyes, to the bottom. So now from here, I'm going to go ahead and set my makeup with my Ulta Beauty Matte Spray, which is honestly one of my favorite setting sprays ever. It's so cheap and it works so well. So I like using this one on the daily when it's not like a special occasion or anything. And it smells really good. It smells like roses. So then while that is drying and my eyebrows are still kind of wet, I started using this City Color Bold Brow Kit. I actually got this in an Ipsy bag and I really like it. I normally don't use like powder brow fillers. It's normally been like, I always use the Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade, so it's like liquidy. But this, I like to have my brows wet and then I'll put this on top of it so that it sticks better. So we're gonna go ahead and do that while my brows are still wet. Alright, so then after I do the brows, I'm going in with my second coat of the eyeliner just to make it more defined and dark again. Alright, so then for my mascara, I'm going to be using 2 once again, and I'm using the IT Cosmetics Superhero and then also the Maybelline Mega Plush Volume Express. So I'm going to apply the Maybelline one first and then the IT Cosmetics over top of it. This Maybelline one does not really give you that much volume, I've noticed. It is called the Volume Express, but I really would not say that it gives much volume. The brush is very, very flimsy, so it's kind of hard to like grab onto your lashes and like stroke them basically. So I like using it. It does give you a little bit of length, and I like using it as a starter because it just, I don't know, I just think that it helps a little bit, but it just definitely, I don't like using it on its own at all. I feel like it could have a lot of potential if the brush was not so flimsy. Like every time you touch your lashes, it like bends with it. It doesn't like stick to them and you can't like push on them at all, so you really can't get that much product onto them. So we're gonna go ahead and use the IT Cosmetics one over top of it just to make them a little bit fuller and longer. So that is it for the eyes, and then our last step is going to be some lips. I'm going to be using a Kat Von D Everlasting Lip in the color Lovesick. It is like a purpley mauve color to go with the eyes and everything. So we're going to apply that after we line our lips, and I think to line our lips I'm going to be using a NYX lip liner in the color Nude Pink. Alright everybody, so that is the finished makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I had so much fun filming it and trying out all these new products and sharing my impressions with you guys. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!